Dang. So,
But it pulled back big time. I never cashed it, but it pulled back. But I
so,
think there's just more upside on it, you know?
so I should buy XRP when we get off of here. That's what you're saying?
Fuck no, I'd do it right now, dude.
Yeah, don't why? Why?
All
Wait,
right.
What the fuck you waiting for? It
shit
trades
might be higher.
24/7.
Y'all go on pause. Hold up.
I've seen a lot about that. Every time I get on X, somebody's talking about it. Now I never know who's just out there pumping that shit, you know, and who's not, because that's how everybody got caught up in the damn Doge and Safe Moon and all that shit. Because you know, but it looks like they got some reputable people talking about it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Doge, man, and Pepe and all those perps, man. That's all meme coins, man. Meme coins, man. I mess with them. Don't say I don't have them, but yeah.
yeah. But if
That
you're,
shit,
if
you
you're
gotta hit it.
yeah, I was gonna say if you're looking for retirement on a meme coin, you know,
No.
that's
You
kind of
gotta-
you know the whole Hawk Tua situation where people bought into that thinking it was going to be more than what it was, And
Tell the
did
truth. Dude. How much you bought, dude?
of that
Yeah.
$10,000 worth?
Jeez.
Yeah, I got
I mean-
screwed on that. Fuck no, I didn't
In
sit around
their
and watch
defense,
these idiots. In their defense, go ahead.
in their defense, even if you didn't think it was gonna be like a retirement coin, I mean, would you have
they were gonna
expected it
pump
to
and
do
dump?
what the fuck it did? Like
No,
instantly just pump,
Yeah, I
dump.
didn't. Right, I didn't think they'd pump and dump it that fast. I did see. Did you see she made she finally came out?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you saw that.
I kind of did. I
seen
watched,
clips.
about half of the little thing of her, but she was almost going in tears. Like the guy had to start talking for her. Like she didn't know what to say. As far as trying to explain the situation and how bad she felt not knowing what was going on, and you could tell it was getting to her. Like the last few weeks have been rough because this little girl got in way over her head. Where she could barely even explain it enough to try and apologize without coming to tears. So I don't know. It seems like she's trying to make a little comeback, but her little 15 minutes may be done now.
Yeah, no, because if you like every clip that I saw reading the comments, there was no good ones.
Yeah. And look, and we've said it on here before. I don't think it was her fault. I think she got sucked into all this bullshit by these people, but all she had to do was just stay in her lane and do what she was doing with letting that podcast grow. But
yeah, there had to be somebody around her out of that whole group she was with, that was like, look, don't do this. Like, that is not a good idea. You know what I mean? Like somebody, one person, and it's like,
right.
An attorney or somebody. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you would think, but
yeah, and there may have been, but when you got somebody else in your other, ear telling you that, look, man, you could, it's all legit. Don't worry. This is a great investment. You're going to make millions of dollars, and all you're doing is selling a crypto coin like, everybody else is doing right now. No big deal. And I guess it wouldn't have been had they not pulled that rug like they did with the shady shit. That, the only people that really made anything were the people that made the coin, So Henry, what kind of question is that? Jesus. Good, Steve. Yeah. Wash your nuts right now. So anyway, yeah, speaking of all the money, Brad, you
what you want to hit on tonight, dude? What you going to lead us up to, man?
we did just start tests.
Yeah, we did, Tess. Sorry. No, we were talking money, and then I heard you tell Justin earlier, when you find out where all your money's been going, it's like you said, you might as well invest in something, because when you give it to the government, it goes to that big ass list that you got in your hand right there,
Isn't that something, man? Yeah. My little research that I've done, it's incredible, man. When we sit back and, you hear this bullshit that we're like, oh, the most powerful country, the richest country. No, we're really not, man. That's why we're 36 trillion in debt. And when you sit back and listen and look at this crap, it's totally just it's like wow, it's a wow factor, and it hasn't stopped. I mean, this is just USAID, which everybody thinks it's US aid, but it's not. It's the United States Agency for International Development, which is probably, in my opinion, some CIA group sending money to all of these places around the world to try to change them, influence them, whatever you want to call it, but
so, and this is all stuff that Elon and that little Doge team has been uncovering, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It seems like it doesn't stop. It's almost like every day.
Yeah, it's not going to stop. This is just the beginning, and I find it. I'm ecstatic, man. I just find it so great that you can watch TV if it's CNN or if it's The View or if it's NBC or even Fox News or even just social media. I get a lot of my stuff off of social media, like most of us. And Shane, it's amazing to see the Democrats just in total meltdown over this.
Meltdown
You
mode.
know, they're losing their slush funds, man. And look,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. You know,
Well, I
that's
was
what
going to
most
tell
of
you.
this is.
I'm sorry. Yeah, what caught my eye as I was reading through some articles and all the other day, and it says that 1 in 5 lawmakers join Elon's war on waste, meaning the government wasting money. And I'm thinking, well, who are the 4 that don't mind it? You know what I mean?
Right.
If it's 1 in 5, who are these other assholes that it's got to be people that are benefiting from it, you know?
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no
Absolutely.
other reason why you wouldn't want Elon digging into, where all this wasted money's going in the country, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Unless somehow, some way, your hands in the cookie jar and
Yeah.
you're benefiting. I mean, I sit here and I look at this, and it's just, it's not a lot of money. I mean, it's $47,000 for transgender opera in Colombia.
Opera too.
Uh,
So
I mean,
I'm
you
just
know,
like, how I wonder who really got the bulk of that money though. Like what is that hiding? That's a weird one there. I mean,
yeah,
it's
I
got to be
agree with you.
somebody involved in that had to, had to benefit on our government's end. I don't know. That's weird because that is a weird one.
Somehow,
Unless
some way, there's money being funneled back. I mean, like I said, I'm just speculating, but I'm pretty good, man. I mean, all of us being self-employed and doing what we do, we watch our money where it's at. And then just to read this shit, I mean, dude, $40 million to build schools in Jordan, and here we are. We're at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to education, and we're spending $40 million,
that's a good point. Yeah. So, like you said, our education system is shit in this country, and instead of investing
It is.
that into what we got going on, they're funneling it somehow. I guess hiding behind that they're helping another country with schooling. And even if it was true that's where the money was going, like we just mentioned, that there's plenty of it that needs to go around here with this educational system. So that's a shame.
Absolutely.
But we all know that's only that organization or that school or whatever they were doing only got a small portion of that money. That shit went to somebody else.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's 100% right. It really is.
Yeah.
And I'm looking
Yeah.
at this guy, Steve. Our fiat currency is only based on our belief that it has value. 100% right. Ever since we were taken off the gold standard, Steve, our currency is totally valued on what people worldwide make it what it's worth.
It's
It's
just
100% true.
right. People
Absolutely.
are still just accepting it. I mean, it's kind of like, like when crypto got started. I mean, it
Right.
was only worth something because people decided to start accepting it, like Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's nothing backing it anymore besides, like Steve's mentioning, it's just, we say it's valuable. It's kind of like gold was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, gold was only valuable because we said it was, you know what I mean?
Still is.
And it
Yeah,
has been
right.
around
And
since the beginning of
diamonds.
time.
Well, it
So,
has, but that
yeah.
still doesn't. It's not like you can eat it. You know what I mean?
No, but it has an intrinsic value. I understand where you're coming from with that. You can't eat it, but it does have an intrinsic value. It is something tangible, like, I mean, a paper dollar bill. God, it probably
I
ain't
get
worth
it.
what
I get it, but
yeah,
I just, to me, it's the same. It's still a materialistic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what
absolutely.
does gold do for you besides saying that you have something that's valuable? Like, it does nothing else. You know
Yeah,
what I
like
mean?
why gold and not wood chips,
Right. Why can't it be wood chips? Why can't we say a tree branch is worth, and then all the trees would be harvested? You know what I'm saying? Like I get what you're saying, that it's just been around and
Right.
it's, it's something you can hold, and yeah, it's pretty and shiny, but it doesn't do anything. It just sits there and we say it's valuable. Well, that's kind of how the dollar is. And at the same time, I guess you got to add value to something. We need some sort of currency. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, and look, and the rest in the same breath, I would say that, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all your diamonds is another one.
yeah.
Dude, there's only so much of it.
Well,
There's only so much of it. So
well,
paper
it is,
dollars, I mean, that's just
but
print it off, man.
right. I get it. Yeah. With gold, Gumby mentioned that too in the comments, that gold is a limited resource.
Right.
It's with a C spelled resource, but, I get it, but it still doesn't explain to me why like, why did we make that, as valuable as it is? Like, in other words, I could have 10 gold bars sitting back here, and all they're going to do is look shiny. You know what I mean? I can't
Yeah,
drive
if they
them.
had no value, then they would do nothing for you, you know?
Right. And I understand it's limited, so it's more valuable than other metals. But to make it to where, that's what used to back our currency, I guess that was just old time ways. So, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be like any of that. It just always blew my mind how we put value on things, and then it's valuable. That's it. Everybody wants gold, that's it. And your boy came through back in the day and made diamonds like that, when they sit there and tell you diamonds aren't as rare as they want you to believe they are. But
no, they're really not. It's
yeah,
just
but somebody was smart enough to
clarity and
say,
all that shit that makes them
right.
rare,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I don't know. That's just something that's always, boggling my mind, is how we put value on things. Like the US dollar now is just a piece of paper, but because we say it's valuable. So all it takes is the government saying, hey, this isn't worth shit no more. We're
Right.
going to a digital currency. You know
Which
what I
is
mean?
coming. Yeah.
Then all of a sudden them dollar bills you got saved up are worth absolutely nothing because somebody
Nothing.
says it's not. That's how fast it can switch. But anyway, what else are we pissing away money on?
Here's a good one right here, man. How about $2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam?
Two and a half on
Million
electric
vehicles in Vietnam. Yeah, I mean that's. I guess I don't know. They
Do
need 'em.
do we believe Ukrainian bro about not getting all that money?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. I do believe that. I mean, I've heard things where they're saying that a lot of that money went to Ukraine, was funding media, it was funding pensions, retirements, healthcare, stuff within the Ukraine government, and never actually went to the cause. So, and if that's the case, I mean, I wasn't all for giving money to Ukraine anyway, but if
But
it's
that would
going to
still
that,
be like him getting it. Like he's just saying that he never saw it. He's like, I don't
which
know
I don't
where
believe
all
either,
this money's at. He was like,
Yeah.
he was claiming like 70% of it he never had hands on. They never sent.
It's possible. Yeah, how much money went back to these politicians, just like Big Pharma sent back to them. So there's no telling, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how about this one, man? From what I'm hearing, $2 million for Moroccan pottery classes. Ah, dude.
Yeah. Well, have you ever attended one though before you go knocking it? I mean, that's
No, no.
and the worst part is I don't know what's worse, that where this money is supposedly going, or that the
Right.
fact that that's not what that money was for. So I don't know what's worse, them lying to you about it, or actually trying to say that, well, it was going to Moroccan pottery classes, so it's okay. It's like, well, that doesn't make this shit any better, because that's the dumbest shit you could ever send our tax. Like, they didn't ask us, hey, do you want some of your tax dollars to go to this?
Yeah. It would almost be worse if it was like, that's really where it went.
That's what I mean. Like, what's worse?
know?
What, that they lied, or that is the dumbest shit they could come up with? Like, they couldn't come up with anything better than that. At least you were feeding some starving kids,
Yeah. How about a $20 million, man, for Sesame Street in Iraq?
I did see that one. That one, I was like, well, I mean, Sesame Street, we all grew up on it. They deserve it too.
Wasn't it Sesame Street to try to like soften their stance on like gay rights and shit? It was something like that. It was.
No, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, look, how about this? 32,000 for transgender comic books in Peru,
So let's look up these transgender comic books. I want to see an example of them.
Yeah, put a picture up there, man.
I'm going to try. Let's see. Let me do a little dig in here. Oh, Lord, I'm afraid what it's going to pull up now.
Yeah, you might have somebody knocking at your door, just a few,
Yeah, would you like to buy some books? See, searching on. Yeah, I don't see. It's pulling up a bunch of Reddit shit. People asking, where I can get some trans books? Okay, yeah. Nope, way out of my wheelhouse. We're gonna leave that alone. All right, what else?
Let's see. Well, everybody's heard, I think, of the $50 million to condoms, right?
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, for condoms, yeah. And let's see, man. Funding institutional condoms supportive of tax. How about like this one here, man, which I think is probably legit? Is how about $84 million to the Clintons?
For what? What was the excuse?
Well, they had the Clinton initiative,
Yeah.
and
I mean, I didn't. Did they say what they paid him for, or it was just to the
I don't
Clinton?
have it. I don't have it broken down
No, I
like
was
that.
just curious. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know if they had a reason on there, which I'm sure they've gotten way more than that. But
yeah, yeah. It is. It's unbelievable, man. And look, here's one here. It says, where's it at here? Politico. 8.2 million of Politico for subscriptions.
wow.
Uh, yeah, it just. Here's a good one, dude. $27 million for gift bags for deported migrants.
Deported.
Yeah,
So they sending them on their
It's
way with gift bags.
with parting bags, dude.
Wow.
how cool is that?
It's like
27
the little
million of your
gift bags at
taxpaying
birthday
dollars, man.
parties, you know?
Yeah,
Damn.
isn't that cool? It's great, man. And
Yeah, I
we sit
seen.
back.
Go ahead, Brad. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, brother. You
I
seen
was
what?
saying I've seen Elon. He was on X, I think yesterday, talking about how they canceled a $17 million project to provide tax policy advice to Liberia. And I'm like, who? Like, how do you justify that? You know what I mean? And like I said, I keep thinking, like, I don't know what's more outlandish is the reasons that they gave for this money
Right.
leaving, or that the fact that we know that's not where the shit went. They're lying. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It
absolutely.
was
They're
all a,
100% lying. That
yeah,
money is being funneled back to these, and it's probably Democrats, Republicans, and whoever else,
all of them.
all of them are just in on it, and I mean, 45 million, bro, for DEI scholarships in Burma, you
Yeah.
know, it's, I don't know.
It is
I
a
just,
shame because in the
yeah,
same breath, they'll sit there and tell you that they don't have the money to just go into a place like like Carolina with them floods, or Hawaii when the shit burnt down, and then when Los Angeles and all started burning down, they want to act like they don't have the money to just swoop in there and fix everything for these people. But then you start seeing this list, and it
yes,
just makes that even worse. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
terrible.
Now, this is a good one right here, man. And maybe Shane, you can explain this, or Justin, Yeah. $489 million to miscellaneous foreign awards for programs overseas. So that sounds like the most biggest debacle bullshit that I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, it's so broad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. And one of the, I mean, the worst part is that they're just now starting this digging. I mean, there's
Hmm.
no telling where this is going to go.
No,
I'm.
there's
It's
no doubt.
really, it should be concerning for the ones digging because they're stepping on a lot of toes right now.
Right?
I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of toes, and the last time administration came in and is basically wanted to do what Trump and them guys were doing was when JFK was elected, and then you saw what happened to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
It's
ever
true.
since then, it's just seemed like we've had just a bunch of puppets up there. You know what I mean? People that know how to play the game. But the last one to step on too many toes wound up with his brains all over a fucking Cadillac or whatever he was driving in, but a Lincoln. But so I'm really surprised that the whoever they are haven't figured out a way to stop this. You know what I mean? Which I do think they tried with that first assassination attempt, but I just think it's they need to be careful because they are playing with fire right now.
Yeah. This is total fire here, man. I
Yeah,
mean, they
not
are
that
just
it don't.
And I think when I texted you the other day, and I'm like, dude, this is just like a quiet revolution, man. If you think, and it's just
It,
a
it
regulate.
is
It is, man, and what they're doing in the exposure. And dude, they haven't hit the Department of Education. Of course, they
right.
got banned from the Department of Treasury, uh, and they're not letting them into other things, man. But it's incredible, man. When we sit back and we look at the money. Like here's some good ones right here. Money used by the U.S. aid to send Hollywood celebrities to Ukraine to promote Zelensky.
Wow.
Angelina Jolie, dude.
Come
They
on.
paid her $20 million, dude.
Well, I mean, I'd have went and promoted them too.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
I know.
Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Sean Penn, big communist, man, progressive, $5 million, man.
I'm
Orlando
look.
Bloom, 8 million.
I was thinking of Sean Penn. Y'all remember when he went and met with El Chapo?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? I'm surprised
I
he's
do
still
not.
living because it was like right after that they busted El Chapo. So I'm like, if that don't look,
I
if
mean,
you're up,
Ben Stiller, man. We all know Ben Stiller, man.
oh yeah,
$4 million bucks, dude. They paid him, dude. It's
man,
insane, dude. You know?
it is. Well, I know you had said something about the Department of Education. They said they terminated like 89 contracts worth $881 million.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then
Yeah.
one of them was they terminated 29 DEI training grants totaling $101 million. Training, DEI training grants. I mean, come on now. Now, see, that was another thing with the DEI. Apparently, there was a lot of money to be made with that because, look, that was making somebody millions of dollars to open up these training academies or whatever the hell they were doing. So somebody was financially benefiting from that, whether you were the one teaching it or, whatever. But that right there is, kind of like, why would you solve a problem if you're sitting there getting wealthy from it? So it's like, well, nobody wanted to get rid of that DEI because people were making too much money with that bullshit around. Somebody was getting paid to teach it.
Absolutely. And I think that's part of it. And I think they're just scratching the surface, Shane. I think
Of
when
course
they
they are.
truly dig in and find if they have any accountability or records to show we gave you this $60 million, but where did that money go? The
Yeah,
60 million. Where's your records to show where you dispersed $60 million? I
yeah.
think you'll be surprised with politicians. I think that's why they're all in. And I mean, dude, they're about to fucking have a brain hemorrhage, dude. These Democrats right
Crazy.
now.
Just real quick, what's up, everybody watching? We
Yep.
see y'all, everybody in them comments. Y'all make sure you're subscribed if you haven't hit that yet. But let's see what else. What else, Brad? What else they pissing away money on that I can bitch
Jesus.
about?
I gotta flip through it here,
I
but
did see they said FEMA's chief financial officer was fired for illegally funding migrant luxury hotels in New York against Trump's orders.
yeah, to the tune of like 60 million, dude.
Yeah, so she
Yeah,
and I didn't realize
yeah.
Trump had, basically, I guess, told her to stop, told her to quit or whatever, and then she was like,
Hmm.
no. She was so woke, she's like, no, I'm gonna keep it going.
Yeah, I know.
She ought to be jailed if he told her to quit and she was still doing it.
I agree.
And it says right there, illegally funding migrant
Yep.
luxury hotels. Well, right then and there, it should have been more than fired.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, Jesus, and it said I have a little tidbit here on the Mega Minutes. It's like ICE has arrested 11,000 criminals in the last 18 days. So
Yeah.
it just doesn't stop, man. It's just and look, I believe Shane, like you said earlier, that DEI, climate change, that kind of woke bullshit, they were funding the ever living what out of it, dude.
Of course they
It's
were, and they're able to disguise it all, saying that it's all for making a better nation, because they
right.
got you so used to saying, well, if you don't agree with DEI, then you must be racist. You know what I mean? Well, nobody wants
Yes.
to be deemed as racist, so it's like, well, okay, well, we need DEI. It's climate change. Well, then you must not care about the next generation if you don't care about climate change. You know what I
Isn't
mean?
that the
So
truth?
they shame you into either believing in it or just shutting the fuck up about it.
Right.
Meanwhile, they're only doing this shit to become wealthier and more powerful. It's not like they really give a damn or that they really
Right.
believe most of what they're spewing. And it's a power and a money grab, and that's all it is.
Dude, they don't believe anything that they spew,
Nothing.
man.
They're
I
all
mean,
fucking hypocrites.
they jet setting limousines and all the
Yeah.
bullshit, man. And it's crazy, dude, when you sit here. And look, I think it only gets deeper, man. I mean, what they said, Elon's roughly saving the country $1 billion to $2 billion a day.
It's crazy.
What
Huh?
he's, it's nuts.
Crazy they were spending that much money
And you
daily.
can see why we're 36 trillion in debt, dude. We should have no homelessness, no mental health bullshit. All our vets should be taken care of. We should be paying hardly no tax in this country. Yeah, we have just, I don't know.
So
We've
what's
entrusted our government for
I
the
was
last 50 years, man, to
I
do
was
this.
just about to ask you what the hell's been going on for the last few decades, because this shit is so far out of control. Like, I don't even know
Right.
how it got this bad. I mean, did we really just put that much faith into the government that everybody just kind of turned a blind eye, or are they that good at manipulating you and hiding shit? You know what I mean?
They're
I,
good. They're that good at manipulating us because they've been doing it for the last, I mean, all the way from what I can really remember, probably Clinton and George Bush is kind of when this all started, and
yeah.
and it's probably been going on way past me, man. So things I probably never know about. But when you sit back and you look at it, man, it's just, and these politicians, God, take one for instance that AOC been in office for what, 6 years? They saying her net worth is 29 million bucks, man, at $150,000 a year salary. You tell me,
Right.
how are these people? I know people do book deals and speeches and this and that, but God,
Yeah.
I would love
No,
to
I
have that
think
gig. You know,
I just think we got so comfortable in this country
I
that,
agree.
you know what I'm saying, that a lot of us, we just didn't really give a shit what was going on as long as we were comfortable in life,
Right.
and they did good. As far, when I say they, I just mean the government, and
Yeah.
whoever's up there running it, and all these politicians, they do a good job of speaking. So they make
Right.
you think that they're doing things for the right reason, that they really care. Well, I mean, they don't make us think that, but in general, the population, apparently the majority of Americans just believe that the government was there for a good reason. At least they did a while back. I think that tide's starting to kind of change, but
I agree. And you know where I believe it started was the last 4 years. Once
oh
they
yeah,
started truly hitting your pocketbooks and you feel it in your bank account,
right.
then you wake up and it's like, man, what, dude, I'm busting my ass and I'm paying, 30, 40% more for food,
Yeah,
basic food, And
yeah.
I think a lot of people have woken up and it's a good woke and I'm proud of it, man. I hope the American people keep waking up and realizing that, hey, dude, this is all a charade, man. We have been getting
Well,
fucked for the
well,
last,
so imagine where it was going if Trump would not have turned his head at that instant that he turned it. You know what I mean?
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
We were done. There was nobody else that was going to defeat that machine the way
No.
Trump was able to do it. Whether you're a Trump fan or not, it doesn't matter. There's nobody else that was going to stop what was going on, and it's just scary to think that we were just that fraction of an inch away from wherever the hell this country was going with the way that this government was controlling everything. I mean, you're starting to see it with just the money that they're dumping into other places, and that's not, none of that is really, as far as like when Cash Patel comes and he starts with his investigating people and hopefully pressing charges on people that have been doing criminal activities up there. We haven't even gotten to that yet. This is all just about where money's going, that, our tax dollars. And so they're stopping it, but nobody's getting in trouble for it. They're
No.
just stopping
And
it.
Shane, the stuff we have talked about in the last probably 20 minutes, it's really peanuts. It really is. When you're looking at, the last 4 years of Biden, they've overspent, and I'm gonna be conservative about it, probably $4 trillion a year. Trump isn't perfect because of the last 4 years with COVID and all that shit. He spent a lot of money too. Most presidents have, but
Yeah.
to take back and you blow in another $4 trillion a year, and I'd like to know where $4 trillion. It doesn't sound like much. It's just a household name now, trillion, billions, and all that shit. But when you sit back and look at it, it's like, dude, it's a lot of money, and it's all on the backs of who? Us,
Yeah,
taxpayers.
that's the thing. I don't give a shit if it's a little bit or a lot.
Yeah.
It's our money. And, we should be able to know exactly where it's going and what it's being used for. And we should have some say. And that's all there is to it. That's it.
Exactly.
There's
Yes.
no other way to look at it. If it's our money going to them, we need to know where the hell it's going. And it's supposed to be, just public information, but they've got ways of hiding it and disguising it and funneling it, as we're all seeing right now. And I think people should be held legally accountable for that shit, but I haven't heard any kind of clamoring about that yet for
Nope.
some reason.
Yep.
Everything's just about, oh, we're saving money. It's like, well, how about we go after some of these assholes who were funneling it, So Gumby wants to take all their money back from the billionaires, except Elon. Let him have his. He's doing a great thing.
It's a good way to start it up. Yeah.
I want to
Absolutely.
say he was, I seen an article, I think yesterday, about him looking to buy OpenAI,
Wow.
and one of those, I guess that's, that man's going to own everything on his fucking planet soon. And
It's
as
true.
long as he's doing it all for the right reasons, fuck it, let him have it.
And look, I want it to be known out there. I'm not opposed to billionaires. I'm not opposed to trillionaires. If that's what you think you can become worth, I want it legally. And if you're doing it off the backs of the government, which are the taxpaying citizens, the government it's our business. It's ours. And I'm just saying if you're going to make money off the government, make sure it's legit and account for it. But for somebody that starts SpaceX and Tesla, and I'm sure Elon has gotten more government subsidies than we can ever count for, But if he's doing something with the money and it's being produced in the right way and he's selling it, go for it. Oil companies subsidize. I have no problem with that. It's the stealing and the blatant out backdoor policies and backdoor this and that and the games that they play.
with our money.
And our politicians and other people, their brothers and cousins and, mother from another uncle and all. It's insane. It's got to stop. It just does,
Well, Gumby's saying he doesn't pay taxes. If you do a little research, you'll see.
Good for him. I'm happy, dude. I'm happy for him. No taxes.
Well, if we're talking about Elon, that year that he paid more taxes than anybody ever did in the history.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But see what they don't see. They look at it like somebody's net worth is what they have sitting in the bank and what they bring in every year. It's not like Elon has billions of dollars sitting in a Capital One bank account. You know what I mean?
If people think that.
That's not how that works. They just
like
said
Jeff Bezos. People think, they hear, he's worth $200 billion. Dude, he doesn't have $200 billion sitting in the bank, dude.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, like they think he's got it in the basement of his house. Like he's earned.
Look, if he needs $100 billion, he probably could get it through some type of loan. Well, that's just his assets that he have and stocks and whatever else he owns. So
no, I hear you, Gumby, and I hear you. I'm not being argumentative. I'm just saying that it's much more complicated than just saying somebody doesn't pay taxes. I mean, that doesn't work like that, because it's not like his income every year, like he's putting, billions of dollars into his bank account in cash and checks like that. I mean, someone's net worth is not necessarily the, disposable income that they have. But anyway, I'm not going to get into a tax thing because I'm not a tax lawyer, but I do know Elon, when he did pay taxes that year, he got smoked and did it. You know what I mean? He did it. I mean, it was like, hey, this is what I owe. Boom, paid it. It is what it is. And I want to say he paid the most, than anybody ever has in the history of the income tax. So, I mean, to say he doesn't pay taxes, I don't know. And look, if I could get around doing it, I'd do it too. So, and that's it. And everybody would. Anybody who gripes about that, if they could get out of it, they'd do it. So,
I love paying taxes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tay Mason, what's up? I see you out there. When we register to vote, we handed our power of attorney to our lovely governments. Yeah, that's right. But they convince you it's the only way to make a change is to vote. And I don't even think that's mattered over the last, few decades or so. They just give you that illusion, that you take some kind of, that you have some sort of control as a citizen, and you really don't. People are appointed more than they're voted in. I mean, anyway, Justin, what you staring down, man? What's going on with you? What's going on with your uncle, dude?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Am I here? Oh.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Which one?
Well, your uncle, Kanye.
Uncle Ye? Man,
is he off his meds again?
I think so. I think he flushed him down the toilet or something, man. He's been
he was going crazy on X, man.
He still would be if they wouldn't have shut his ass down.
I don't understand what was his angle? Like, what was he thinking was going to come out of this? Because he started going like just batshit crazy with the Nazi shit and, just going off on Jews. And I mean, just from that to uploading porn on it, like it was just the weirdest shit. And I mean, how long can this guy be excused because he's like, oh, I'm bipolar? It's like,
I agree.
And then
I don't know, man.
I seen Elon banned, took his account down, which I thought Elon said he wasn't going to do that.
Well,
so too.
Elon changed his account to NSFW, which is not safe for work, right? So like if you're on Reddit scrolling, it'll have like blurred out pictures, not safe for work, right? So that's what Elon did to his account, and apparently Uncle Ye didn't like that, so he deleted his Twitter account.
Oh, so he deleted it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better. I thought Elon took it down, and I know Elon, when he bought Twitter, saying that, there's going to be free speech on here as long as it's not illegal. I'm not going to do shit about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I thought he went back on that and just decided to get rid of Kanye's shit, no matter how ignorant the shit was that he was putting out there. I thought maybe he was like, no, that's enough. You talked enough shit. So, okay. So Kanye must have got mad.
Yep, he did. He got mad and deactivated it. So
Gumby said it too. I heard he deactivated. See,
Yeah.
I was under the assumption that that Elon took it down, which makes me feel better because I know Elon was saying he wasn't going to do that shit to people. But still, I mean, some of the shit that this dude was out there tweet, I guess you can't even find it now because they took it all down. But I mean,
probably not super easily, but
yeah. Did you see did you see the Super Bowl ad he took out, Kanye?
I didn't see it live. I saw it after the fact.
Yeah, Brad, did you catch any of that?
No, I didn't catch it.
Apparently, he took out a Super Bowl ad that I think it was like a regional ad. I don't guess it went out nationwide, but either way, it was him basically laying on a dentist chair or something with his iPhone recording a commercial, but he was just telling you to check out Yeezy.com. Well, when you went to Yeezy.com, it was usually full of all of his merchandise. The only thing on it for sale was a white sweatshirt with a Nazi symbol right in the middle of it, and that was it. That's where it brought you. So this is the kick this dude's been on, and I just don't understand what he's going for right now. There's got to be something he's trying to sell or some album coming out or something.
Now I don't know how he's talking to people now. I guess Facebook maybe. Does he have a Facebook? I don't know. Because Shopify took his shit down, so it's easy isn't a thing anymore.
Oh damn, boy, everybody. That's what I mean. I don't understand where he was going with this shit. And he likes to hide behind that excuse that he's got mental issues. Well, he can't be that fucking throw it off. The man's a billionaire. You know?
Right.
I mean, he can't be. I'm gonna go ahead and say he can't be retarded. I mean, I don't get it.
I don't know what he was shooting for. I guess he just wanted some attention, man. I don't know.
Well, I mean, shit. make some music. I don't know. It's the weirdest way to go.
They did too. His talent agency said that they weren't associated with him. They don't stand with his beliefs, and they dropped him.
So he done lost everybody then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gumpy, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, God damn, y'all are just dropping him. Like, I don't know how anybody was associated with him. I mean, even from the last rants he was going on, and I mean, today or yesterday apparently did it for the talent agency. They were like, yeah, no.
Yeah, so how do you fuck with somebody that was saying the type of shit he was up there saying? I mean, I'm kind of with him. I mean, I'm all for free speech, but there are consequences to your speech.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It doesn't mean everybody has to, just let you say it and give you a pass. I don't give a shit what disorder you try to claim all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only hide behind that so long, and he has the right to get on there and say it, but these people have a right to not fuck with him either.
And I think it's probably been like that for a while. Like, when's the last time you heard Kanye on the fucking radio? But, so it's like, but what do you do to Kanye? Yeah. What do you do to him?
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, I don't.
It's a lot of money, man.
I'm with you. I guess all you do is just stop fucking with him,
Yeah, you can't touch him, I mean.
No, that's crazy. I was trying to find some of them old tweets. I thought maybe they'd have some screenshots of it. I was digging while we were on here. I don't see it. I don't know. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. But anyway, I guess we ain't got to read through all that ignorant nonsense. But some of it was funny.
It was.
Some of it was just like, what the fuck is he talking about? But let me see what else went on. I did see what was going on with the big balls. What
big
was
balls.
up with that? What, y'all? You didn't hear about the big balls?
No.
Oh, come on.
What site are you on, dude?
No, I'm going to pull it up right here. Watch.
All right. Let's see. I got to see it. Yeah.
No, it's got to do with Elon and Doge.
Oh.
Yeah, look. Let me show you here. Hold on a second. Let's just pull it up. We don't need our ugly faces on the screen. Let's see.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big Balls.
Big Balls. Big Balls, who work for Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. In the one case of the Big Balls kid, a literal teenager.
Big Balls online. Big Balls here. That Katie's talking about.
A 19-year-old that goes by the username Big Balls.
So that would be one way that we could refer to him.
Young computer whizzes, the aforementioned Big Balls.
Because who among us doesn't feel better about big balls in charge of American air traffic control?
So y'all ain't heard about big balls?
I've never heard about Big Balls.
That is awesome, though, man.
I know.
We begin tonight with Musk and Big Balls.
Big Balls.
That's
Jesus
what.
Christ.
Yeah, I had seen somebody tweeted out Doge was worth it just for this, and
Absolutely.
Elon kind of reposted it. But yeah, apparently he had some kid he hired, like 19 years old, that went by the name of Big Balls online. And so the media, you see it, the media had a field day with it.
Oh man.
Elon's name right now, or at least it was early today, was Harry Balls. He changed his name on X.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's such a clown. You imagine having that much money and you do whatever the hell you want to do, when you want to do it, and just don't give a shit. I love it because most billionaires aren't like that. They don't have a sense of humor. At least they don't show it.
No,
they're just uptight. They're just, guess it's hard. You don't get that wealthy without just being super fucking laser focused and, one of these serious people. And for some reason you got Elon that's, he's building rocket ships, but then he's also changing his name to Harry Balls on X,
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's amazing the people that don't like this man and they don't have any other reason besides the fact that he is not on their side. You know what I mean?
It's so funny. It really is, dude.
Big balls.
Big balls, dude. Yeah.
And
he can do it, dude.
I was saying, speaking of balls, man, I know y'all seen that fucking debacle the other night at the Super Bowl. I'm like, what in the hell? How did the Chiefs go from knowing how to play football to looking like they've never even, took a step before? Justin, you had money on? Did you make any money?
Bruh.
No, you got smoked?
Lost everything. I mean, like every bet. Every bet. I placed like fucking 30 different parlays, and the Chiefs fucked me on every single one.
Didn't even mess with the Chiefs, man. I went straight Eagles. Look, I don't bet big, but yeah, I did. I put $100 on the Eagles, so
Oh, it was just straight up.
I took the 1.5, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan, that was a close spread, huh?
No, not really, because it was what 40.
No,
40
I'm talking about the line, the point.
Oh, it was on the line. Yeah, absolutely. 1.5. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sick of the Chiefs, dude. I don't know. I don't know if it's a Taylor Swift thing. And I mean, she's got her boyfriend probably squatting a piss, dude. They ain't no.
Yeah, he is. He does sit down to pee. No,
it was rough, dude.
It was
a rough game, dude.
Look, the Chiefs are like anything that gets shoved down your throat too much. You know what I mean? It always happens. People start hating it. They start disliking because we get tired of being told who we need to be liking and what we need to be watching, and and that's what happened to the Chiefs. They just got so big and people got pissed off. And then you could kind of see, the refs were kind of favoring them throughout the season. I mean, I guess is a light way to put it.
Yeah.
And you can actually see it. You can see it happening. So people get pissed off about that. So then when they get to the Super Bowl and you got a chance to watch them get their ass kicked, most of the nation celebrates,
Yeah,
dude.
It was a good game. I watched it, dude. I'm not a football guy, but I put $100 on them on FanDuels, and yeah, dude, I watched the game and they smoked them.
Yeah.
Dude. They kicked their fucking ass, dude.
I needed Pacheco to get 2 more rushing attempts and 8 more yards, and I needed Saquon to get a touchdown, and that was it. I'd have hit. It was like 3,700.
Yeah, Saquon. He didn't really show up, man.
He didn't.
The Eagles did. He wasn't really a factor right in. I do see Chris Burke in the comments. So everyone blaming the O-line and not Mahomes' decisions in the pocket, but it looked like they were. I ain't gonna say they were getting to him quick. So I guess Mahomes just needs to get rid of that ball. But from what I was seeing, that O-line didn't look like they were really doing their.
None
their
of them were doing shit, man. It looked like they were in fucking like out on bourbon all fucking night. Like they was just partying and fucked up, and
to just flop like that, man, that was crazy. But hey,
the Eagles shut them down every which way, bro. It was just incredible, man. It really was, dude. Really a good game, dude.
Celebrate, Justin. What did we learn? Don't fuck with them parlays.
No, fuck that.
That's where they get you, man. They know you.
I was 8 yards and 2 rushing attempts away from hitting 3,700 on $5. So why would I not fuck with the parlays?
You got to, man, for that little bit of change coin.
$5.
Yeah, you got to try.
I did see that white that cornerback for the Eagles got him one. They said it was his birthday when he got an interception, got the running back, pick 6. What white boy cornerback? Like, what are we doing here? What
it was Saquon's birthday too, right?
Was it? I don't know.
I think so. Because that was one of the bets on there was birthday boy. It was Saquon to hit 5 touchdowns, which I mean is ridiculous. But it was like plus 100,000. So I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I was like, I'll take it. And I had a free bet, so I put the free $25 on it.
Let me tell you, the world was trying to tell you something because it wasn't allowing you to bet because we can't do that with Capital One. Like you said, they won't allow you to put your money on betting sites. But you went around that and found a buddy with a Chase account and just couldn't wait to give your fucking money away when they were trying to tell you something.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Right. Telling you to be disciplined. Capital One. Yeah, exactly.
And you know what I'm going to do next Super Bowl? Same goddamn thing.
Switch fucking banks. That was what we were talking about, Brad, at me and Justin the other day, is that who the fuck are Capital One to tell you can't invest your money in a legal operation?
I agree.
Fuck you. You know, like they won't let you put your money on FanDuel or anything like that. And it's like, it's legal.
Right.
So yeah, it's like, who the hell are y'all to tell me where I can spend my damn money?
Motherfuckers.
It makes you want to change fucking banks, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I want to go blow my whole fucking mortgage and car payment on sports gambling, who the fuck are they to stop me? It's my money.
They're
fuck
trying
y'all.
to help out, I guess. That's what they're hiding behind.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, oh, I'm
my
with
money.
You. Fuck 'em. It ain't like you were trying to purchase heroin with it. I mean, and even if you were, so
even if it was.
Yeah.
If I'm on the black market shopping for fucking hand grenades and heroin, who gives a shit? That's not their business. It's my money.
It's really not, man.
I don't fuck with Capital One no more, man. I'm done with it. Yeah, done with them, dude. You know?
Justin's gonna quit fucking with him over betting.
You damn right.
Gamble.
And that's a good thing, dude. Yeah, send that fucking message, dude.
I'm gonna let him know too. I'm gonna email him.
Me too. I'm taking my $10 out of that account.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of a $100,000 account. And be like, see, look what y'all did, bitches.
Yeah, I'm closing this bitch down.
Motherfuckers. About to send you. I'm trying to find this YouTube video.
It says after 2 years of hell, Bellevue deadbeat tenants Sang and Yojin Kim have finally been kicked out of their rental property. After numerous legal rulings against them, the Kims were supposed to vacate by Saturday. So did you ever see that Chinese couple that were living in that home basically rent free? No. Somehow there was some legal loophole they were using, but they stayed there for 2.5 years. Yeah. And they signed a 9-month lease in July of 2022 and paid the first month's rent. And
where was this? California.
That was out in let me see before I lie to you. Bellevue, I don't know, wherever the hell that's at, but 1 month later they stopped paying rent. The homeowners filed an eviction notice in November 2022. The case was delayed until February of 23 when the Kim showed up in court and the Housing Justice Project paid their rent for them. At this point, the Kims haven't paid rent for 7 months. The very next month after their eviction case is dismissed, they fail to pay rent again. The homeowners filed their second eviction case. The second case is continued in September of 23 and dismissed in November with an order of limited decimation. Homeowners can't disclose eviction case to future landlords. Now the Kims are at 16 months without paying rent. That's basically $70,000 that this homeowner's losing. Following the second eviction case, they continue to not pay rent. The homeowners are forced to file a third eviction case. Meanwhile, the Kims filed 2 anti-harassment cases. So they've been dealing with this shit for years. And they basically owe these people, what was the grand total? About $136,000 whoever owns this house lost out on because of these assholes. You know, and I saw this about a year ago that this was going on. I had no clue this shit was still happening. And they're just now getting to where for some, you know, they finally just decided to tell these people, though, you got to go, you know, the courts. Right. But I'm thinking if you're the homeowner, what do you do? Like, what do you do if somebody's in your house like that and you're renting it and they refuse to leave? And all because these damn loopholes that are in the law, you know, they're getting away with it. So you're sitting there paying taxes on this property. Right. You know, insurance on the property, right. And you can't take in a dime. That's pretty shitty, man. I don't know what court would ever side with some bullshit like that, but they did it.
That's when you take it into your own hands, man.
Yeah, you would think, you know, but then you go then you go to jail when these assholes.
Probably so.
It's a shame, you know, but that's almost where it would be.
You seen all the squatters like stories in Florida recently popping up? Like recently, it's just been a huge problem out there with the fucking squatters.
Really?
Oh yeah, people buy a house to flip it, and then you come back, all the locks are changed, somebody's living in it.
So let me ask you something. Do you know what is the law with the squad? How are they able to do that?
Apparently they like still have to go through an eviction process, and a lot of the videos that I've been seeing is the squatters will write up their own like lease, on the property. And when the police come, they show it to them. Hey, I have a lease, and the police are just basically like, "Well, look, this is civil. Like, you have to take them to court." And it's like, this
Most of
motherfucker
it,
broke into my fucking house. What do you
So,
mean I have to take it to court?
But let me ask you, what is the loophole that these squatters? Because in other words, let's say somebody goes on vacation for 3 days, and you come
Yep.
home and somebody's in your house. Well, I mean, it can't work like that. Like, is it like the property's vacant for so long? Like, what is the
That's what I'm
reason?
thinking, Shane. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Property's
But-
vacant, or
Like the videos where the police show up and the squatters inside do have, a fake lease that they printed up. How do the cops know that house wasn't vacant before?
they don't, because that's why they make it a civil
Well, that's what I'm
matter, dude.
saying. So if you do go on vacation for a week and come back and there's squatters in there and you call the cops and they tell you, hey, you have to take it to court, it's a civil matter, it's like, but I
Yeah.
live here. How do you prove it?
That
William
it wouldn't
Davis.
even get that far
they've
with
got a
me, because
lease.
it would be like, oh, I'm on vacation for 3 days. I come home, my wife's tired and she's aggravated because I probably pissed her off on the ride home. And I come home and dude, there's people living in my house.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
don't know. There's going to be some bullshit.
I
dude.
came home to some burglars in my shit.
Absolutely. Now you're talking, man. We might be talking a Second Amendment moment.
Oh, yeah.
that's why, like I said, I was curious about. There's got to be some kind of criteria they have to meet in order for these, squatters to say we can stay here, and the law allows it. So
Yes.
I doubt it's just you leave
Well-
your house, you go to Walmart, you come back, and somebody's living in your fucking house. It can't be that simple. So what?
No,
how
I
are
agree
they
with
doing
you,
that?
Shane. I agree with you. It's probably could be a property, dude, that's been vacant for a year,
Well,
and they've had it sitting there and somebody gets it. But even that, you would think through property tax, through insurances, through this and that to show I wasn't even renting it. I have, you could bank accounts. I've never collected an ounce of rent. Now all of a
See-
sudden they have a lease written up. I
Well,
don't understand.
Well, I forget, we've got this thing at our fingertips called the internet. So I got on it and I just searched what the squatter, laws were in Florida. It says in Florida, a squatter is someone who occupies a property without the owner's permission. Okay, we know that, but squatters must be able to claim ownership of the property through adverse possession if they meet certain criteria. That criteria is continuous occupation, which means the squatter must live on the property without interruption for at least 7 years.
That's to take
Oh,
ownership
wow.
of the property. You can take ownership of it
Yes.
in Florida after that long. But
Yes.
squatters just moving into a house and living there, to be kicked out, people are having to go to court to get these people out of their houses. Like, again, you have like a rental property that people move out of, and squatters come, they break a window, open the doors, change all the locks, and when you come back, the next week, there's people living there that's like, no, we live here.
What?
And again, the cops apparently have no way to prove that they don't. They're showing police leases and shit, or they won't open the door. They're like, no, this is my apartment. I'm renting this house or whatever, da-da-da. And the police are like, look, you got to take it to court.
It's a civil matter, man. Yeah.
Well, they
absolutely.
said there was a new law that went into effect July 1st of 24. Let me see. I'll read it to you. Property owners always ask when squatters' rights created. Why? Okay, I don't care about all that. What's the new law? It must be obvious. How it claim adverse possession. We saw that. Overview. Okay, immediate eviction is a new HB 621 law lets owners evict squatters without legal rights or a lease agreement faster. Under certain conditions, squatters must leave within 24 hours of receiving an eviction notice. Protection against damages. So squatters often damage properties, which owners must fix before renting. The new law allows property owners to seek payment for damages caused. So they are
I'm
getting
sure they
a few
have
of their
that money.
rights. Yeah, right. But it looks like the homeowners are starting to get a few of their, their rights back, which they
But-
should have. But I'm still
You still have to get an eviction notice. That's still
Yeah,
a court
I'm
thing.
still confused on, because you're saying there was a difference of what I was reading. You said that was to take possession of the house.
Yes.
Well, isn't that
So-
what you're doing if you're staying in it though? Either way.
No, so because of renter laws, you can't just be kicked out of somewhere you're living in. It's got to be a court process. You have to have a notice, right? You know,
Right,
so your
but-
landlord just can't come in and kick you out. Well, the squatters are basically taking a loophole of the renters law and saying, you can't kick me out of here. I rent this place.
But there still has to be some kind of criteria that I'm not understanding.
That's
'Cause
literally
like I
what's
said-
happening, dude. They're breaking
No, I
in while
get
you're
it.
gone.
Right. And I'm not saying, that I'm right. I feel like I said, I don't like, how do you go to the grocery store? You come back and there's a bum in your fucking house and all of a sudden you can't kick them out. It can't be that simple for a squatter. I wouldn't think. I mean, isn't you would think
the
there's
stories that I was seeing of people posting, that's, I mean, damn near right along lines of what's happening. That's why it's so fucking insane.
wow.
Is people are going on vacations and shit and coming home and there's people living in their house. And it's like, what the
That is
fuck is
crazy.
going on? The cops are like, well,
Yep. That would never happen at my fucking house on a weekend vacation. Yeah, okay. But dude, I get it. I say you got a property up in Pacific Northwest, man. You go there maybe once a year. And then all of a sudden you come, dude, with that liberal part of the country, you could have a problem, dude,
Yeah.
But for you to say, I'm going to leave my house and I'm going to go to Destin this weekend, I come home and I got squatters in my house. I can't come back in my house. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm coming in my house, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and how is that ever not a law that if you don't have a legal agreement signed with somebody, they can't live in your shit? I don't give a fuck how long it's vacant. Like, why is that even an issue? That's the craziest thing. Like, how can a squatter have rights? You know what I mean? Like, you can't just move in somebody's property, but I guess they did it, but it's just like, how is that even an issue going on? You feel like you could walk in there with a pistol and tell them to get the fuck out or else, but then you're in trouble apparently.
Yeah.
Crazy
It's
shit,
crazy, man. I mean, I've heard of stuff like that. Like, say you have, we live in neighborhoods like we live in, and say that, my property, I have a fence on my property and my property line is 3 foot past my fence. Well, the neighbor that moved in there 15 years ago has been taking care of that 3 foot. He might be able to claim some type of squatter's right to say, no, I actually own your 3 foot of property now because I've been taking care of it. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. You haven't done anything to it. I mean, I've heard of shit like that, but is it true? I don't know. I've never had that problem, but
no, that's just, it blows my mind, man.
Yeah, totally nuts. Only in America, dude.
Justin, did you remember? I think last week we talked about that overweight woman that was suing Uber.
Yep.
Well, did you see she was on the Breakfast Club?
I saw her like waddling in there, but I didn't listen to anything she said.
They had to pull a couch up because the chair wasn't big enough for her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they pulled a couch up, and she's basically on there defending herself that, there should be no size limits, and, that she was, discriminated against. And, even Charlemagne was just trying not to call her on her bullshit, as far as like, well, maybe, they may have a right. I mean, you're in here telling me to pull up a couch because you can't fit on these chairs. And this guy's just saying, look, man, I don't think my car is big enough to hold you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh my God, man.
Let me check the weight limit on this thing. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you had seen her.
I saw her just.
It's crazy.
Go to the private chat. I sent you a link. I want to talk about this woman, dude.
All right. Let me get it going here. Yeah, it's playing as soon as the ad's over, I'll put it live on there. Yeah, I want you to talk about her because I've seen this, but I don't know the story behind it very well because I didn't really read up on it. But let's pull it up for the people. Yeah, let's see. Y'all bear with me. I'm about to share the screen for y'all.
Land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me? I'm getting my Pakistani passport and Pakistani ID. I'm getting it. Do y'all agree? Mind your business. What? Talk. I'm getting one. Do you have one? Oh, you do? Okay, good. Listen, I don't live here. I'm chilling. It's none of your business. Now go home. Here. Take it. Take it.
If you haven't find it, what your
Back that up.
Welcome back to my channel, Mother Suckers. Hey, so it has been highly requested that I cover the
Skip
story of the black
to
lady who's taken over Pakistani news.
331.
Native New Yorker Onaja Robinson.
Camera. I'm married.
The future of your
Hold on, Wix wants to tell us something.
With Wix.
This episode brought to you by Wix.
Yeah.
Nigel Hamid. I'm Onaja Hamid. We are moving to Dubai very soon. We're gonna have our
Dubai's.
baby in Dubai. It's private. I'm Muslim and it's against my religion to tell y'all my business. Have a nice day. Excuse me. I just said it's against my religion to tell you my business, okay? I'm fine. Thank you. This is a nice hotel. She's the owner right here. Thank you.
I'm not the owner. Sorry, ma'am.
Go get the owner, please.
The owner is not here, ma'am.
The owner, this is the owner. Say hello, everybody. This is the owner. Say hello. She's very shy. Don't worry about it. She's very shy.
So,
She's very shy.
all right, there's like fucking 10 minutes left of this shit.
It's just different clips of her.
All right, well, what is going on with her? Like I said, I kind of saw a little clips of it, but I didn't really give a shit enough to follow. What is her problem?
Fucking Dubai's. All right, so she's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
And apparently her and this 19-year-old Pakistani were catfishing each other and decided that they were going to get married. So she flew out to Pakistan to marry this kid. He wasn't who he said he was. She wasn't who she said she was, and he didn't want to be with her, and his family didn't approve. So basically, I guess they do their little breakup thing, and that's how we got to the first clip where she is somehow gets media attention, and she's in front of the media, and she's requesting $100,000 by the end of the month, $10,000 a week, land, Pakistani whatever citizenship or a passport. And the money was because she said, we're going to fix this place up. We need to fix your roads. You know, we need to fix your buildings. It is run down out here.
Wow.
I'm moving in. And so they wound up giving her like a Pakistani humanitarian, which was the guy in the green that was following her around, trying to like comfort her into Pakistan. And she was like complaining the whole time. He brought her to a hotel she was going to stay in for free, but it didn't have a spot, didn't have a pool. It was kind of dirty.
So she's just out there hustling.
She
though.
wouldn't leave.
Sounds
She said, I ain't leaving. Apparently, when I was looking up that video, they finally got her ass to leave, but she is moving in, making requests. I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I'm assuming she's not all there, as I did. Like I said, I saw that kind of going around, but I never did really look into it to see what was going on. What we got
Just
here?
clips of her in front of the Pakistani government are hilarious. She's just like, y'all are gonna give me $5,000 or more a week,
Telling
cash money.
The Pakistani government?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to happen. Yeah.
That was her request to the Pakistani government.
And wait, this girl's from New York?
Yeah.
I would almost see that the United States would do that for her.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I could almost see the United States giving her $5,000 a week. You know?
Probably why she was over there. She thought she was at the whole world played by our rules, you know, and she was like, y'all gonna give me. Pakistan's like, what the fuck?
Man, look at these net worths, Brad. Nancy Pelosi annual salary $223,000. She's worth $202 million.
Dude, she outperforms the S&P, dude.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. His salary is $200,000 a year. He's worth $95 million. No wonder these people don't want to get out and get shit.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, dude, they having strokes while they in office.
Yeah,
and
Chuck
breaking hips
Schumer.
and shit, dude. You know.
Chuck Schumer's old ass, $210,000 a year. He's worth $75 million. And old Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, she makes $285,000 a year, and she's worth $67 million. How are these people becoming so wealthy?
I mean, Shane, we got to look at the
Great
logistics of it,
investments.
man. I mean, they're just great investors. They're the brain trust of America. They are the best at what they do, and they really do not like people that go against them, man. I mean, they know what they're doing. They're here, and you have to put all your trust in these Democrats. You
Dude,
know,
there's a ton, man. There's like,
even Mitch McConnell, the Republican too,
yeah.
which is nothing but a rhino. But yeah,
No, yeah, yeah.
it's
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 like,
insane. It's insane, dude. The money that these people have made on our backs, for year after year. And look, I'm so glad it's being brought to light. I don't give a fuck what any of them say that are out here. And dude, they're in total meltdown. I love it. I hope it goes even
well,
further. I want it exposed,
when you start seeing some of the wealth these people been able to accumulate, you see why they were so afraid of someone like Trump getting in there and starting to dig.
Can you
Because
imagine?
this list goes on and on. I mean, it's like Jim Justice is on here, 150 grand a year. Somehow he's worth $450 million on
And
150 grand a year.
can't you see how it goes back to 16 with Russia collusion and all the Steele dossier bullshit that's always been
Yeah.
spewed, since his inception? Why? Because he's an outsider and he
And
doesn't need their money, and we're going
no,
to expose. And here we are, dude.
and this is why they were so afraid of him. See, I used to always
Yep.
think, like, why not just look, if he's going to win, let him win and he'll get his 4 years out the way and then y'all are done with him,
Right.
in the second term. But they were so hell bent on beating him that they even tried to kill him. And now that you see all this shit coming out, you see why, because 4
Right.
years, he can do a lot of damage. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
it just lets you know all the corruption that was going on that he is going to be able to uncover now. And I guess that's exactly why they didn't look at it like I did. Well, just let him have his 4 years and we'll be done, because it only took a week and he was already digging up shit on these people, and they knew it. They knew it was coming.
I know. It's amazing what this man, and not just Trump. I mean, he's his own icon, his own person. But when you look at the people that are backing him now within his workforce of the government, and they're here, and it's like 21 days in, dude. And look what we have uncovered. It's only 21 days.
Awesome.
It is. It's an awesome thing. I say expose it all. Every last bit of it. Let's bring it out and let's bring
Well,
it
it
to the
seems like
forefront.
it looks like that's what he's doing. I mean, I think we talked about it the other day, that it looks like he's on a legal warpath. You know what I mean?
I agree.
He's not doing anything illegal, but he's headhunting right now.
Yep.
And I think he's got a lot of animosity towards the people, because let's face it, they tried to kill him. He knows it. He may not sit there in public and say, yeah, I want payback, but you don't forget about that kind of shit. It wasn't like they were just coming out and accusing you of touching somebody like they did before. They tried to put a bullet in your fucking head. You don't forget that. And
No.
I think it's interesting how cool, calm, and collective he's playing this, because if you talk to him, it doesn't seem like he's out to get any of them. He's just wanting to make the country. But in the back of his head, he's got to be thinking, I'm gonna get these motherfuckers. It's my last 4 years. They tried to kill me. They everything they could to ruin my life. Now it's my turn, but I'm gonna do it in a very very responsible way, which is what he's doing, because it doesn't seem like he's doing anything that's against the law. It's not like they were doing, where you were using the legal system to go after your political opponents. He's not doing anything like that. He's just like, look, I'm going to expose how dirty these people are to the American public, and we're all seeing it. And it didn't take long,
No, it doesn't
So
take long, man.
I hope he's out for blood on this one. You know what I mean? I really do. Meaning I just hope he's going to expose everything that he can to try to ruin what they've built. This big tower of corruption that they built over the last few decades or whatever. I hope that's what he's doing, and I can't blame him at all if it's all in the name of payback because of what they tried to do to him. Because whether or not president or not, doesn't matter. They tried to put a bullet in his damn head.
Yeah, and it's like, even for a person like Trump, I don't know if anybody replaces him. I mean, JD Vance, you hope that he'll be in the next position maybe, or there might be somebody else. But, if it means bringing light to what your government, and it's everybody's government, has been doing to you for the last probably 50 years.
Yeah.
it's sad, man, because it shouldn't be like this in this country. We should have more money, and they'll always tout that we're most powerful, we're the most productive, we're the richest country. Well, we're really not. And you
Yeah.
see where the money goes. What I brought up earlier tonight, and it's really, and it's funny as it is to read a lot of this bullshit. It's really sad, man. It really is, bro. It's
No, it
really
is.
sickening,
Well,
man. You
I
know.
seen in the comments someone mentioned that they're going to uncover the Epstein Island was developed and maintained by taxpayer dollars. That's interesting because it could be
I
true.
know. I see it.
It could very well be true.
And look, it might not just be America, man. It could be Israel.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I
no,
don't trust any of them, man. I
no,
really don't, man.
I
I
do
just
too.
don't
I
really.
think that
Yep.
goes far beyond our borders for sure. That
Yes,
Epstein Island
absolutely.
shit. That's why they
Yes.
trying so hard to cover it up. Now they were talking to Cash Patel the other day, and he was saying that the FBI has that list. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That's who's in
Oh yeah.
control of it right now, and they're the ones who
Yes.
have that shit hidden. Now, what have they done with it in the meantime? I mean, let's face it, if they've got any brains, they got rid of this shit because they know, he's coming. And if it's not him, Trump's going to appoint somebody else that's going to dig into this shit. You know what I mean? So will there be
Yes.
a list, when it's all said and done? I don't know. But if there is, it looks like Patel's got all intentions on getting to the bottom of it, and
As he should.
yeah, and I'm kind of agreeing with T Money, I guess that's what they call themselves in the comments, that, it looks like it could possibly be some shit that our money was going towards, especially if there's some, high powered politicians that were involved in this. Well, they weren't paying for it. You know what I
Right.
mean? And if they
And look,
were, their salaries come from us. So
And look, a comment back to T Money. It's not just America, buddy. Europe. I mean, you got Prince. What's his name? Is it Edwards? That's Andrew. Prince Andrews in it. It's worldwide. It's Israel, Europe. It's all of those people that have dealt with this, and it all boils down, in my opinion, to child trafficking. I mean, it's just
yeah.
it's running rampant. You know.
Yeah, child trafficking, and a lot of it was blackmailing, I think, you know what I
Yes,
mean? Because
absolutely.
they're
Yes.
seeing that they had, mirrors in there that, you of course could see through, on the other
Right.
side. So they were videotaping, high power people that were in there, or just political people, and saying, "Hey, by the way, did you know that was a 16-year-old you just did that with?" And they're like, "Oh shit. Well, guess what? Now they got
Absolutely.
you."
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
it was a big blackmailing thing going on. There was a lot of, like you said, with the child trafficking, because there were underage children that were being brought to that island. It's
Right.
crazy. And for not, basically not one person to go down, for this, which, I mean, I know that Ghislaine or whatever, but there's so many more people that were involved in this,
Yes.
and for everybody to just, no other names have really come out, nobody else was held accountable for this.
Right.
And it's crazy. So that lets you know right there that you've got some powerful people that were behind that to keep it hidden like it's hidden. There's no other reason for the FBI to keep this shit under lock and key.
No,
There's none at
when
all.
you got Clinton, what, 20 trips on the on his plane,
Yeah.
it's just
Well, you've seen the picture. I mean, hanging on the wall of him in a dress. I mean, there's something crazy. Just that's nuts in itself to even have that. There's something behind that for sure.
right. And look, to Christopher's comment, Matt Gates. Look, he's been investigated by the DOJ, and nothing's ever come to light, because I can bet you one thing: he was probably one of the most hated politicians in Washington, and you'll never convince me for a second that if they had some shit on Matt Gates, it would be brought to light. They hated that. They still hate that guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I mean, just you follow
Yeah.
the science, man.
No, I know what you
You
mean.
know?
That's a good point. I
Yeah.
mean, none of us know for sure, but it's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to welcome anybody that's just now tuning in. We appreciate it. If y'all hadn't hit that subscribe button yet, do it for us. We appreciate that. Justin, what are you
Please.
doing? You watching porn again while we're podcasting? What are
You
you
know
doing?
me. You know
What are you
me.
doing? What are you doing? You got anything interesting to put in on this conversation, or what?
No, I don't know
No.
nothing about Epstein Island, man.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Frequent flyer.
Look, man, I want to give a shout out to the Colorado CPP, man. I've been watching their videos on YouTube. I'm all for it. I love what this man Tommy does. He's just an inspiration, and I hope he is making a difference. It's the Colorado Ped Patrol. I don't know if anybody's ever seen.
I was about to ask, who we
Dude,
talking about here? What did we?
yeah, dude, that guy is the bomb, and the way he exposes, it's just we need more people like that. We really do, man. We need
Well,
more people that'll bring that to light. You know,
I'm starting to see more and more channels or people pop up like that, you know, and it's good to see. And I'm
Yes.
just waiting on. I don't know how they're doing this without getting any kind of legal issues, but I'm glad so far it's not, you know, a problem that they've faced, because sometimes, I mean, they beat the shit out of some of these people, which is cool. I just don't understand. Like, you know, I'm surprised the law hasn't stepped in and say, look, we get it. What they're doing is wrong, but you can't assault them.
No.
You know,
And look, when you look at in defense of the CPP, man, on YouTube, he just brings the facts. I mean, clipboards and he's not beating the shit out of anybody. He's bringing the facts and he's putting it out there. I'm calling the police or your parole officer or whatever it is. Yeah. And dude, it's just, he's doing a great thing, man. He really is. And we need more of that, you know.
No doubt.
I think it would stop a lot of that bullshit, you know.
I know they got one that's pretty popular. I forget the name offhand, but I see it a lot on X, and they go pretty hardcore when they get these guys, man. It's basically like, hey, you know, we can call the cops if you want, but you know, it's your choice. I either slap the shit out of you or you know, whatever, or we can call the cops. And you know, all them pedos, they're gonna choose, well, just go ahead and slap me. So they just sit there and have a good slap fest on these assholes, you know.
It's so true. It's so true.
No, my bad. Hit my camera thing. But anyway.
Yep.
So, Justin.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? Tell me something good.
The collision avoidance system in that helicopter was apparently turned off.
See, I knew there was some kind of technology though in those things. Yes. I mean, there's no way they're just up there flying, you know, the damn Black Hawk, and it had no kind of technology to let you know that, hey, motherfucker, there's a plane in front of you. I knew something's going on with that. So you're saying it was turned off?
That's what I believe NTSB is saying.
Yeah.
It was turned off.
Dude, if you look at that helicopter, it was low and then it went up, and God, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to think was involved with that. But yeah, it was sad regardless. I mean, people lost their lives, and I don't know.
I think another thing to think about with them seeing the plane is that you also have to think, like, they do have windows to look through that are, you know, only so big. When you're sitting there, you're looking out the car window, like you can't see above you, and the plane's coming into land, so it's not like it like T-boned them straight from the side. It's coming down on top of them, you know.
Right.
I don't buy it, Justin. No, I don't. No, not Black Hawk helicopter flying into a freaking commercial plane, dude. No, not buying it, dude. I don't know. There was some bullshit.
Yeah, none of it.
You know,
it has none of it sat right with me either from day one. Man, it's Christopher said technology like fucking eyeballs. To me, that's all you would need. Yeah,
right.
You're right. I mean, but besides the eyeballs, there had to be something in those aircrafts that.
Yeah.
Well, the pilots apparently, like at the last second, like it was too late, but the pilots saw the Black Hawk. I don't think they visually saw it, but like some avoidance system in the aircraft went off, and they knew it was there. It was just too late for the pilots in the airliner. You know, because they say on the black box recordings you can hear them, like, you know, saying whatever, gasping, and then they tried to perform evasive maneuvers, and it was just too close. But I don't know that the Black Hawk did anything to try to avoid the airplane.
Y'all hold it down.
And you would think the Black Hawk could move more on a dime than a freaking plane like that, you know?
Yeah,
even though it was like a red eye or whatever the plane was. I don't think it was a full-blown 747, whatever it was, but 60 passengers. But yeah, you would think a Black Hawk could turn on a dime, man. You know, this ain't right. But anyway.
And we probably can't even fathom the type of technology they do have in those things. It's not like they're going to tell you. You know what I mean?
No.
So they'll hold it down for a second. We're going to get a drink.
Yep. And then they really haven't released much on that plane crash that happened right after with that medical plane.
Yeah, that's kind of strange too, Justin. When you sit back and you look at that, it was a medical plane. and they were flying back from Philadelphia to Kansas City to refuel, and Kansas City to what,
I believe it
Tijuana?
was Mexico. Yeah, they were going back to Mexico.
Yeah, God, I don't know, man. It's the craziest thing, man. But they say those medical jets like that, that's like the Lamborghini of the airplane. It's fast. To me, seeing the pictures, it looks like the shit just shut down. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say it really looks like it's stalled. If
Yes.
you watch any videos of an aircraft stalling, they literally just fall out of the sky.
Exactly. Yes.
So it looks like they fucked up somewhere along the lines, whether
Right.
they didn't have the flaps down enough and they were just going too slow and the aircraft stalled or whatever. It really looks
Right.
like they fucked up in that because it was, I mean, like 90 degrees nose down when it hit the
Yes.
ground. Like it was
Yeah.
straight at the ground. And there have been pilots that have commented on that, and they're like, it would be incredibly hard to get a plane to do that on purpose, to get it to pitch
Yes.
down, nose down that much.
Yes.
So I think that one really did stall out. Now, why? I don't know. I don't know who fucked up, if
Yeah,
it was
you like
mechanics or.
engine failure, total hydraulic failure.
Just another day at work in southern Louisiana. Just another day at work in southern.
Yeah, there's no
Day
telling.
at
what
work
truly
in southern
happened.
Louisiana.
But yeah, and they've had a lot of like aircraft shit happening, like just planes bumping into each other at the fucking airports and shit. Like, I don't know if it's just because of those two plane crashes, so now it's kind of a hot thing in the news, so now they're reporting on it, and it just happens a lot more often than we think it does.
I think it does. I think it does. I mean,
think it's just not
you have
reported
more-
on.
Yeah, I think you have more airplane problems or issues than they report on. But now, of course, it's a hot topic, so now it's going to be
Yeah,
a big
because
thing,
it's the same thing as like anytime there's like a big mass shooting, every
Right.
small gun crime is in the news at that point,
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I
We'll be
said, I'm
taking a
waiting
flight,
on the
dude.
NTSB to drop everything, and you should be able to get the black box recordings and shit and really hear what's going on.
Yeah. When we taking a flight, Shane?
I'm ready.
Never.
I'm
I'm
ready.
not getting on anything that's leaving the ground like that. Sorry.
I don't know, man. Dude, we ordered that little Cessna. I mean, we ordered our private plane, man. So
Hell
what are we
yeah.
gonna do, dude? I guess you won't be there. You'll take a bus like what's his name?
Yeah.
Dude, I want one of those little mosquito choppers. It's a little like one-seater personal aircraft that you don't have to have a license. You just fly it.
Hold on, I'm playing a video. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this gator. He got caught up in this wheel. They just out there trying to crawfish. Look at him. And he's alive. Like he's biting on it.
Damn. Ain't that
Beast,
cool?
man.
That's a big ass gator.
Yeah, Bubba
And look,
said-
you wonder why crawfish prices are so high, huh, dude?
that's the shit they gotta fight.
That's what they got to
If any
put
of y'all
up with,
watching
dude.
on if any of y'all are watching it, if y'all have TikTok accounts, go follow us on it.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of fun on there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I got sent that earlier. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna share that. That gator had a hold of that wheel, man. People fucking shit ain't a joke out in them swamps.
Nope.
It's crazy. Anyway.
Yeah, like and subscribe, man. Definitely. We need the support, man. That's why we
Absolutely.
here, man.
Let me see. What else is hot out there, y'all? What else is going on?
What is hot?
Y'all getting them comments. Let me know what's going on. At this
Right.
point, Elon says he's 100% certain that the magnitude of the fraud in the federal system exceeds the combined sum of every private scam you've ever heard of. In other words, it's so, and he's talking about Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, welfare, disability, everything, you name it. There's no amount of fraud that's bigger than what he's seeing in the federal government right now.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Everybody in this country should be pissed about that. Everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think as it catches on, Shane, I think more and more people, man, are going to be like, you know what? It makes a total amount of sense, man, because we all talk about it, and here it is being brought to light.
Yeah.
You know, I've been
Yeah,
talking
it's
about it for years. You know, I really have. I've been talking about it for years. It's just the fraud, the waste, the overspending, the kickbacks, the this, the that. It's all bullshit. But what can little us three do, in
Well, just
society?
what we're doing. I mean, we don't have a huge platform, but we do have one, and we try to tell as many people as we can. Pay attention to that shit because it matters. If you're in this country and you pay taxes, this is where your fucking money's going, and this is what Elon is trying to expose.
Yep.
So at least once this administration's gone, well, at least we know what to look for now. So that, you know what I mean? They're just exposing it. They're bringing it all to light. So now anything you was thinking might have been happening behind closed doors in the government. Now it was happening. If you can think of it and it was bad, it was happening. And that's all that proved. It's crazy.
Did y'all see Gulf of America on Google Maps?
No, but I heard it did update.
It did.
Google really did update it?
Yeah. If you pull up Google Maps, Gulf of America.
I figured Google would have been one of the last ones to get on board with that.
Apple hasn't yet. Google did.
No.
I heard something today. Even pilots that are flying now, it's showing as Gulf of America, dude. When they're flying over, it's a beautiful thing, dude.
But that didn't take long. I love it. I love it. Yeah, they. I did see even speaking of things that haven't. You said Apple hasn't jumped on it, Justin?
No.
Apple they haven't jumped on. Like for some reason, you still can't get TikTok on the Apple store.
Yeah,
you can get it on the Android. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
That fucking Tim Cook, dude. He was here for the Super Bowl. That motherfucker needs to be up there working, dude.
Was he here?
Yeah, he was here, dude.
Yeah.
They were all here, dude.
So who was that? Somebody was in my house the other night. What celebrities are at the suit? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
I really don't.
Fuck them celebrities. I don't care who's there. I was just watching the game. I don't give a shit who's there. Thinking, man, these celebrities is funny. People just put them on these pedestals like they're just some kind of superheroes.
Yeah,
fuck them all, man.
Dude, is that true, Justin? What I heard, man, like the average ticket for the Super Bowl was about $13K, dude.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
for sure. I think the lowest was like 1,500, like right before the Super Bowl. Just people trying to get rid of them, So I mean, they were. I mean, the cheapest ones I was finding just looking, weeks before the Super Bowl was in the 5,000s or so.
Wow. That's like nosebleed probably, huh?
Yeah. Now, just here, because, we fact checked everything,
of course.
After we said, but anyway, I Googled it. It's saying the average price of a Super Bowl ticket was around $4,700, but prices vary depending on the seller and the location. But I'm with you. I heard some that, I mean, it was crazy. And I'm thinking,
crazy dollars.
Why? I'll just sit at home and watch that shit.
It's all about Lamar, dude.
I saw one of the what they got them big like suites on the balcony where you get your own private room and shit. It was said it fit 40 people. It was on sale on StubHub for $745,000.
Wow.
Jesus. Can you imagine? I don't even I guess I just to even see that. I do want to thank JRed36 for tuning in. I hope you're still watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe.
Well, RFK.
We got that. Look, that's 24 more people that want to listen to your dumb ass. I promise you. So
I love it, dude.
Appreciate you
attention to y'all's stupidity. Absolutely, dude. I'd like to hear your stupidity, dude.
Yeah.
Bring it on, dude. Let's see what you got.
Josh Howard wants to know: will RFK Jr. get approved? Brad, you're pretty good at it in the future.
I think so. Yes, absolutely. I do. I think he does. I think that's the least of their worries, man. I think it's Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard. I think going to be the toughest two, man, to get in.
Yeah.
But RFK, yeah,
I think so too. So was Christopher talking about the football game during the Kendrick Lamar concert? What was he trying to do? Because from what I understand, the whole goddamn halftime, or at least his performance, was just one big diss to Drake.
Pretty much. I didn't understand a word that he said, to be honest. My hearing ain't the best, but I just never understood.
And you're white, so.
I've never listened to any Kendrick Lamar songs, so I don't know any of them except for the Not Like Us, Drake diss, because I kind of follow the hip hop disses. But did you see all them people hopping out the car like our Spanish friends? No, you didn't see him when they were hopping out the car in the beginning of his performance, dude.
I didn't watch it, honestly.
Boom.
I didn't watch none of the halftime show. We had changed the channel, just checking out whatever else was on TV, but I didn't see a minute of it. All I saw was afterwards when people were just going off on it, saying it was one of the worst performances they'd ever seen, blah, 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 and all that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't good, but like I said, I feel like that because I've never liked Kendrick Lamar. Like, I just don't like his music, you know? So if I liked his music, it would have probably been all right. I mean, it wasn't trash. He got up there, he performed, he did his thing, you know? But like I said, I've never listened to Kendrick Lamar. It's just, it's real West Coasty, you know?
Yeah, I got you. I was just curious. Like I said, I didn't bother watching the thing. I just didn't see any kind of good talking going on about it. But
No.
anyway, so where's Brad at? Brad with us or he left us?
I don't know.
Continuing to expose the groomer and pedo. Yeah, what is Drake? Some people don't like Drake, boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I guess we lost our buddy, but
Yeah.
well, anything else
What
interesting
else we got
going on?
You think the Israel Hamas shit's gonna pop back off? Say if they don't release the hostages by Saturday, the ceasefire will end.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
If they don't release them, I don't know. I would imagine Trump's got some pull in that. You know what I mean? You would think.
Yeah, you'd think.
I mean, I know it's between them, but you know, we do. I mean, we can control what we want to control. Let's put it that way. You know, as far as the United States, I don't know. I hadn't paid much attention to it. I've been too busy rewatching the Kendrick Lamar halftime show over and over.
Hell yeah. Well, we could read this article, CNN underscored. It says, we tested 14 electric toothbrushes to find out which ones are really worth your money. So
that's the news that people want to know.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, Trumpty Dumpty making things worse. Yeah, I know.
Are the eggs back?
Are the eggs back? No, I don't know. I mean, I got them in my house. They're in my fridge. So apparently,
I saw somebody trying to trade 6 dozen eggs for a McLaren on Facebook the other day.
Yeah, what's up with the eggs? They said they killed off a shit ton of chickens or some shit.
Yeah, something over the bird flu, apparently.
Which they say is spreading like wildfire.
Yeah.
So be afraid.
Well, we did just have the first bird flu death, so.
Yeah, we did. All right, let's wrap it up. It's B.S.ing with the guys. We appreciate all y'all checking us out, and we'll be back at it in a week. Keep Brad's muted.
I am. I'm talking, man. I mean, but look, I was just trying to say, Shane, y'all are crazy, dude. Look, like, subscribe. We have a merch account. Yeah, hook us up, man.
All that good shit. Still 50 cents a fucking egg. You know,
50 Is that
cents
expensive?
an egg. I don't know. I haven't bought eggs in a while, or at least when I buy them, I just put them in the buggy. But yeah, I guess so. By the time you times it by a dozen, that's
the only time I buy eggs is when I get the scrambled eggs with cheese at Waffles.
So you don't
buy that shit. No,
you don't buy eggs in a shell, then.
Nah.
All right, enough egg talk. Let's get out of here. BSing with the guys. We will see y'all next week. Hopefully, y'all come and see us.
Yep.
Absolutely.